I'm an all-star team. Far from a rookie, Louis Graveyard shit that I don't rock. In love with my I must admit I gotta Shawty with the gotta let the go. Now I make them sick with every fit I want my brother clothes. Play with this, we end it quick, I saw my brother's soul. Crossing my brother, then know you crossing me. They wishing for me wanna me. Will left for me and they all gon' see. I went hard for y'all to leave. Like I miss the old streets, yeah. Back when they didn't know me, yeah. I swear that it's so deep, yeah. Like I've been.
Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon NBA action. Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, you know, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see. One where two great big guys going at it, and you know they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I mean, I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
Now Golden State's starting five. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Jimmy Butler is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Moody in at the small forward. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Ball's knocked loose. Pass to Moody. Podziemski on the wing. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
Now here's Butler. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
White with it. He's defended by Podziemski. And Holiday has it in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Moody the pass to Curry. Outside Butler. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Butler's got 5.
And that's the ball movement you're looking for, and Butler drills it.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And the basket by Curry.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
Butler against Tatum. Here's Brown out left of the wing. Porzingis against Green. Shot clock at 5. Fades back. Green with the rebound.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Shot by Podziemski, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Count that bucket. Porzingis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And nice use of size by Porzingis inside, able to practically play on top of the D.
The Warriors trail. Curry way outside. The long distance three is buried. He's got 5. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Warriors with the rebound. That's a 2 from Butler. Butler. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And so Brown will bring it up for the Boston Celtics, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Tatum dishes to White. Porzingis against Green. Porzingis inside, and the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Outside Curry. Rocket 6. Inside, it's tipped. Porzingis with the steal. White the pass to Porzingis. Out to White. Releases. Green with the rebound. Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to help. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Now Tatum, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Pass to Porzingis. Over Green. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Count that one.
Signature move by Butler. He's a slasher by nature. Really goes hard to the cup.
Here's Holiday. From down in the low post, it goes.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Out to the wing. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark. Celtics leading by 3. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Outside Holiday. To the middle. Out to White. Looks for Holiday. Gets it to him. And Holiday throws it down.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Curry way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got 8 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Second personal foul, third team foul.
Here's Holiday.
Substitution for the Warriors.
The kick out to Brown.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Outside Holiday. And here's Tatum for 3. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Celtics lead. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3 spot. This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
And the soft touch for a guy Porzingis' size, he shoots it so well from the mid-range.
Podziemski on the wing. No good with the triple. Boston leading by 4. Over in the corner, White. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. And it's Curry with the rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And good that time. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
This is what separates Green from most bigs, a point forward who excels at passing.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Tatum over in the corner, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Boston making a switch here. Horford's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Jackson Davis is checked in. Here's Butler. Jackson Davis in the corner. Pass to Moody. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Holiday. The Warriors pull it in. And here we go. It's Butler. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Back to Brown. In the corner, Horford with it. Nice ball movement by Boston. Fires for 3. And it's White missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Well, he competed for that rebound. You love to see him getting in there and scrapping for the ball.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Curry with it. He's picked up by White. Moody. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. The Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Green, he's checked in for Golden State. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. High, arcing shot. And it's the Warriors on the break. Pass to Moody. Outside Butler. Over Tatum. Shot's good from Butler. Butler's got 15 points.
And he's never been shy about asserting his dominance. This is classic Jimmy Butler play so far.
Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? You want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. As Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. And so Tatum nails them both.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Pass to Horford. The kick out to Tatum. The three. Boston again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Jackson Davis. Butler finds Jackson Davis. Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Horford wide open. He shoots. And a miss there on the triple. Golden State's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. It's good.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
Outside White. Outside Horford. Outside Tatum. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
At the line for the Celtics. After the line, is on the line for 2 shots.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the basket by Hauser.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Butler on the way. Guarded by Tatum. Here's Curry with the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Right the pass to Tatum. Tatum gets it to go inside.
Excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
Here's Butler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jason Tatum. The Warriors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
That one is no good. Here's Moody. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that 3 makes things just a little more interesting here as we head to halftime. They are not going away.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's the Celtics. They lead by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Warriors trail by 4, and now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Jaylen Brown. David?
Hey guys, the Celtics head athletic trainer gave me an update. Oh, that is not what you want to see, and it sounds like it's a serious injury. But he's already come back into the game. How about that, Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now, here's Moody. He's covered by Brown. Outside Butler. Here he goes. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Just great intensity there. Butler just doesn't settle for simple finishes off the drive. He is trying to make a statement.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Now here's Brown. Defense right on him. Here's Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Holiday against Curry. A three-pointer off the mark. The Warriors leading. Jackson Davis with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Wasted no time on that one. Butler's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Warriors. Tatum on the wing. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Doesn't go either for Porzingis. And it's the Warriors' ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And another three for Golden State.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
The Warriors making a switch here. Podziemski's checked in. It's stolen by Curry. From outside the arc, another three for Golden State.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
The three from Tatum. There's Tatum's range on display. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Curry deciding where to go with it. Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Fires from deep. The rebound by Holiday. Celtics trail by 9. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said they can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. They are stacked, DA, for sure.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
and he commits the intentional foul. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Jackson Davis is checked in for Golden State. Butler comes in for Kuminga.
Warriors substitution, Trace Jackson Davis.
And there's a foul. It'll go on Trace Jackson Davis.
Golden State foul.
That's his first foul.
Trace Jackson Davis. First personal foul. Second team foul.
It's to Porzingis. Outside, White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. There's the drive. Curry against Holiday. Here's Porzingis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Jackson Davis. Podziemski grabs the board. It's stolen by Brown. Tatum at the elbow. Tatum finishing off the break.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Warriors leading by 8. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Pass to Porzingis. From past the arc, drains the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
And they pick up 2. And the Warriors lead by 9.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
Here's Porzingis. The Warriors pull it in. Jackson Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
At the line.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Pass to Moody. Off target with his 3. Outside, Horford. And here's Porzingis for a 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Jimmy Butler has been on display for the Warriors. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Here's Pritchard. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Jimmy Butler is out there with Moses Moody. And it's Jackson Davis in at the center position. Pass to Brown. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Substitutions for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, Derek White.
Warriors leading by 7.
Holiday.
Curry passes to Moody. Over Brown. Back to Curry. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
Just shows you how impressive Curry's shooting ability is, that he can adjust for any distance.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Trayce Jackson-Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Holiday against Curry. Holiday gets the bucket.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Curry dishes to Butler. The baseline J. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Celtics trail by 7. White with it. Now guarded by Hield. And White with the stuff.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And looking at Tatum's game, you know, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways. Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Shots good by Butler.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Moody. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Brown kicks to Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Butler. In the paint. Butler.
A high IQ play from a high IQ player. Butler, the second chance opportunity there.
Porzingis finds White. Tatum. Some solid defense from Butler. Warriors leading by 8. Outside Curry. The kick outside to Butler. Back to Curry. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. There's the triple. Pass to Moody. Back to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. And here is Curry. He's covered by Brown. Tries yet again. Rebound Boston. And then Brown with the dunk.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
And here's Tatum for 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Podziemski's got 4 rebounds now tonight. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And the sheer muscle from Butler. I mean, a solid finisher, even when he gets hit.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen.
Time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it with double-checking, and the game continues on.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
As Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Oh, Curry off the bounce. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game, and so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball, and I couldn't hit one, so that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way, so if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story.
One of the smoother athletes in the game. Brown just sort of glides up court in transition.
And a deep three from Curry. The kick outside to Butler. Podziemski on the wing. Second shot opportunity. And Tatum pulls it down.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Back to Holiday. Tatum on the wing, defended by Butler. Tatum's shot is off. Takes the three. Rebound by Jrue Holiday.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest, this game's over.
That's a two from Butler. Here's Moody, and the Warriors miss again. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Three-pointer, Butler. He can't get that one to fall. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a very... All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.